Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We've got 10 comic books. These all came out for February 26th. Let's rank them from best to worst, right? So a top 10 list, like doing these. Stay tuned for my number one. Might surprise you. Number 10, guys, we're going with Ultimate X-Men issue number 12. So I like this issue, the art-wise. I guess for me, it's just really just slow still. Like this issue, nothing really happens. Some revelations, I guess, but it really feels like everybody's in the same room that they started the issue in. You know what I'm saying? One of those issues. But just the artwork is crazy, dude. So Peach Momoko doing this Shadow Man, Shadow King. It's good stuff, but it's just not a series that I feel in the need to pull in singles anymore. It's great looking. I just wish it would kind of speed it up a little more. So I think this is the end of arc number 2, if I'm not mistaken. So that might be the last single issue of that. Not bad by any means, but not something I need to pick up in singles. Maybe it's better read in a binge. Number 9, we're going with just Green Lantern Dark issue number 3. So this is a series that I'm enjoying, pretty decently from Tate Bromble. It's like a horror Green Lantern, and this world is kind of really messed up, and she's kind of a reluctant hero trying to save a town because all these kids keep getting kidnapped from this town. So she's going to go into this castle and try to see what the heck is going on. So that's kind of what happens in this issue. We get some great artwork from Werther Dell'Edera, as you guys are seeing there. So, really, really fun story. Maybe not something that I'm telling everybody, yo, you got to pick this up in singles. You know what I'm saying? Like when this comes out in a trade, it's going to be a really fun read. But so yeah, it gets my ninth place. You get Tate Bromble and Werther Dell'Edera. Just a fun Elseworlds DC series. So check that out if that sounds interesting to you. But that's what I got on my number 9. Moving right along, dude. Number 8. Oh, okay. So we got Superman issue number 23. So this is a Joshua Williamson written issue, series with Dan Mora on the art and Sanchez doing the coloring. So this is like one of the best looking comic books right now, man. Just really, really cool stuff. I mean, Dan Mora is just doing insane stuff. In terms of this issue, though, wasn't like the best issue of all time. We get some fun fight scenes. It's kind of a setup for, like the next couple issues. That's what it feels like. But just at a base level, I mean, some really epic stuff. Dan Mora knows how to bring the heat. It's just not like, the best issue of Superman in a while. Like, I think the last one might have been better, for example, right? But, yeah, really fun series there. I like this new, like, time keeper, trapper, I forgot his name. So, yeah, Superman. Pretty good stuff. Let's go with number 7. Number 7, we've got... we got the Seasons issue number 2. Rick Remender written series with Paul Azaceta on the art, man. So let's take it to overhead. So the Seasons is a really interesting series about this group of sisters that are from like a detective family. Their parents have since gone missing. So in this one, we just get introduced to the other sisters. So like winter, autumn, and fall, I believe. Winter, autumn. No, that's dumb. One's summer, right? One's got to be summer. It's all the seasons. That's why it's called the Seasons, guys. So I like this issue a lot. It just wasn't as good as maybe the first issue, but really intriguing kind of what's been going on and a setup for issue number 3. So liking what Rick Remender is doing with this one. Just might not be as good as issue number 1, but that's all right. Still picking it up, still pulling the series for sure. Still recommend it. Number 6, let's go with number 6. Ooh, this one was really good. Read this morning. Black Canary Best of the Best, issue number 4. Man, let me tell you. So, the best issue of the series by far. It's all about Black Canary. She's fighting Shiva, and we had since found out why she's fighting Shiva. Her mom is dying, and she's got to make a bunch of money or something like that. So, as we're going through, I mean, just some insane fight scenes, and Black Canary's got to stay in the ring for a certain amount of time to do the bet. But in this issue, we get a lot of flashback scenes with her and Ollie, how they first kind of met. Black Canary was training Ollie how to fight when he first got back from the island. So, yeah, it's just a really fun series, man. I like what Tom King's doing, and Sook on the artwork. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. My dog just walked into the room. Black Canary Best of the Best, man. Really great stuff. When that comes out in a trade, you guys got to pick it up. Number 5, let's go with Detective Comics number 1094, dude. This was the best issue of this in a long time. Not that the last issue's been bad, but we get great stuff from Tom Taylor writing with Janine on the art. You guys are seeing here, man. I mean, Janine's just blowing me away. Really colorful stuff. I like it too because Janine's also, if I'm not mistaken, doing the coloring. So it's just all coming together and it just looks so beautiful. Like, look at this pop colored look inside the Batmobile. The mystery is really interesting. Like, who is this villain? We get some undercover stuff with not Tim Drake, Damien. He's going undercover into like a adolescent prison or whatever, a juvenile prison. And yeah, so it's just some really fun undercover stuff, some really fun Batman and Robin type of shenanigans, man. But that Janine artwork is just insane, dude. So hats off to you, man. Let's talk about issue, number 4 on my list. We've got Absolute Wonder Woman. Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 5. So this closes out arc number 1. Of course, we got Kelly Thompson, we got Hayden Sherman, and we got Jordan Belair, of course. So, this might surprise a lot of people, but I just thought this one wasn't the best of all time of Absolute Wonder Woman. I'm really enjoying the series so far, but maybe I thought the other issues were better, just by a little bit, by a hair. Just loving this Hayden Sherman artwork, though, as I'm flipping through. I just fall in love with it all over again, right? It kind of ended in a weird spot, like, but, maybe the Tetrahide is taken care of for now. I don't know. I like this issue a lot. Don't get it wrong, but I just thought it wasn't as good as the other ones, and there's some stuff this week that was some really, really cool stuff. So it's getting my number 4. That's still pretty high. Still think you should read it. Still picking it up, obviously. Next week it might be number 1. You know what I'm saying, guys? That's how Absolute Wonder Woman usually goes for me. Number 3, let's talk about Justice League Unlimited, issue number 4. Speaking of Dan Mora and Mark Waid, of course. So this series is just so much fun, man. I can't help but just smile while I'm reading it. It really does feel like an episode of the cartoon. So we get this villain who's like starting fires all over the world, and the Justice League is having a hard time putting him out. So they need to recruit some help from the original Swamp Thing's daughter, I believe. So she has a connection to the Green. So they're trying to get her to help. But it's just crazy, dude. Think about it, right? Mark Waid has to be all these different superheroes, speak for them when they have speaking parts, and then Dan Mora has to render them all and draw them all and make them all look unique, and they all have different power sets. And look, there's 4 different rooms in this page, right? Just some crazy stuff, man. Just like the most superhero comic books your superhero comic books can get, all packed into this one series, and I'm loving it. So yeah, Justice League Unlimited, cannot say enough good things. It easily gets my number 3. So 2 more left, guys. My issue number, number 2 pick is going to be Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 14. So this series is great. Cannot say enough good things about it. This issue in particular, right, is kind of the Kraven's Last Hunt sort of thing. And in it, man, Peter Parker goes ham, dude. We really can see a mean side to Peter in this one. We get some stuff with Ben Parker. He's kind of hanging out with the new Black Cat. So yeah, man, I just really enjoyed this series, and this one felt like it had a lot of forward momentum. The story is really getting there. Jonathan Hickman, of course, we get the great artwork from Kaketo. And yeah, man, just enjoying the series a lot. Not gonna spoil it here, but there might be a death. Maybe there's a death that maybe isn't a real death. I got some theories about that. My buddy Kai Bucks was talking about how Mysterio was there. Maybe that's kind of making an illusion or something like that. Green Arrow issue number 21 is my top spot, guys. Is that surprising? Does that really surprise you guys? I just really am loving this series. It's like a crime and noir kind of look at Green Arrow. Written by Chris Condon, who we know can do crime and noir stuff. Huge fan of Chris Condon. He's on an absolute heater right now. But just look at this artwork, man, from Montos. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, Lucas is also doing the coloring. So, yeah, man, I just cannot get over how good this comic book reads and how good it looks. So look at all this lettering from Hassan Otsman-Alehu, the absolute legend that he is. So yeah, man, I just really enjoy this kind of mystery that's going on. We get like a killer cult who have all been kind of wronged by corporations like poisoning their community. So it's kind of like, really heartfelt in that way, but you get some great action. And yeah, man, I just cannot say enough good things about Chris Condon and the gang on this series, Montos and Lucas, man. Sanats Manalehu, just an overall, just such a great creative team. And they're just knocking this Green Arrow series out of the park. And my biggest surprise of the week, dude, is how much I love this one, man. So that's what we got. Those are my top 10 comic books for the week of, what was it? It was like February 26th or something, right? That's what we got. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments, and read more comics.